Hello, in this tutorial we'll introduce you to blocks and dimensioning protocols in DesignBuilder. During the tutorial we will show you how to draw blocks, understand dimensioning protocols, and use direction snaps and drawing guides. You can import geometry from tools like BIM or other simulation tools, but we will focus here on creating geometry in DesignBuilder. Building geometry is created in DesignBuilder by adding one or more 3D blocks. These can be subdivided into separate zones to represent different spaces and internal and external conditions, such as occupancy, equipment, HVAC and lighting systems, solar gain, and daylight availability. Blocks can be added to a building using the Add New Block tool. Before creating geometry in DesignBuilder, it is important to understand the geometry dimensioning protocols. On the left of this image, you can see what zone level looks like for a single zone building, drawn using the default external measurements geometry convention template. The dashed line shows the building zone perimeter, which is also the zone perimeter for this single zone building. The perimeter is defined to the external dimensions of the zone, i.e. to the external face of the outside walls. The image on the right shows how zones are defined when there are multiple stories. For ground floors, the block height is top of floor to bottom of floor. For intermediate floors, the block height is defined as bottom of floor to bottom of floor. And for top floors, the block height is bottom of floor to soffit, underside of roof slab. It is important to remember this protocol when you specify your block height. For the default external measurements geometry convention template, DesignBuilder automatically defines the zone internal dimensions by subtracting the thickness of the surfaces that form the zone boundaries. There are a range of geometry conventions available in DesignBuilder, and these can be changed on the Construction tab when necessary. Please ensure you read and understand the program help topics on block and zone dimensions and geometry conventions before creating a real project model. To start drawing the geometry, click on the Add Block tool. The extruded form option is normally used and is controlled by the drawing options here. We will be covering the roof form in a later tutorial, and you can find out more about the other block forms available in our program help. Generally, blocks are drawn as polygons with straight lines. Alternatively, arcs can also be used to draw curved facades. When drawing on the horizontal plane, the extruded option extrudes the building plan in the vertical direction to the set height if the autocomplete block box here is ticked. I will change the block height to 3 meters. Now I will start drawing the first block with a left click. The first block will automatically be drawn from ground level, i.e. Z equals 0. Remember, Z is the vertical plane shown by the blue axis line. Direction or axis snaps enable lines to be drawn parallel to the relevant axis. I will show you how to draw perimeters at other angles and in the vertical plane in a later tutorial. Note how the colour of the line changes to match the axis once it snaps parallel to that axis. These can be switched on or off in the drawing options here. We can define the length of each wall by left-clicking with the mouse, and you can use the increment snap option in the point snaps to force the mouse to move at an increment such as every 1 meter or 1 foot if using IP units. Another way to specify the length of a perimeter is to move your mouse in the direction of the facade and then type in the length in meters and press enter. I will now create a simple T-shaped block. The first y-axis dimension in meters for this will be 30. First, I move the mouse so the perimeter line is parallel to the axis, then type in the number 30. Notice that the type dimension appears at the top of the Drawing Options menu in the key in box here. I will move my mouse back to the axis and press Enter to draw the wall. Now move the cursor in the direction of the x-axis. Note the appearance of a dotted drawing guide, which appears in the current drawing plane when the cursor is aligned with the end and midpoints of existing lines. Enter a length of 20. I will continue entering points along the x and y axes at 10 meter spacings to create a T-shape. From this point, we can finish off the block using the drawing guides by left-clicking at the relevant endpoints denoted by the intersection. This makes geometry creation even faster. You finish the block by left-clicking at the start point, and it automatically extrudes to the set height. The new block is now shown in the navigation panel here. This finishes our quick review of blocks and dimensioning protocols in DesignBuilder. If you want to learn more about the topics introduced in this tutorial, including some top tips to maximise your modelling productivity, then our Introduction to User Interface and Model Geometry on-demand online training session covers these and other related interface and geometry aspects of DesignBuilder. We hope you found this tutorial useful. Further information on the specific topics and wider application areas can be found in the comprehensive DesignBuilder program help, other tutorials and webinars, and our on-demand training.